Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And it has been a really long time since I have made a video over here. I kind of came into August and I was like, I think I might take some time off in August. I might not post every single day, and just if I get up and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like posting today, then I'm gonna post like 4 to 6 videos today, which is, today I'm feeling that way. And if I don't, then I might just sit on the front porch and talk to my neighbors and weed the walkway a little bit or water the plants or whatever, or go to the pool or whatnot, just to kind of enjoy this last month of summer. So that's kind of my plan a little bit. I am going to try to keep up with putting videos up on all of my channels at least several times a week. So 3 to 6 times a week over here I will be posting starting again today. So anyway, took a little bit of a break, but I today went into the bathroom where I keep the meditation books, and I started looking through to see what the titles were, and I picked 2 meditations, okay, out of completely different books than I usually read over here. Well, the Daily Book of Positive Quotations by Linda Picone, I read a lot last year, but I haven't read so much this year. So, the meditation for today in this book is The Potential of Miracles, which I love talking about miracles. And I think it seems a little bit appropriate given my week. So I'm going to talk about that in just a second. And then the meditation in Meditations for Living in Balance, Daily Solutions for People Who Do Too Much, is about indifference, which I always love talking about indifference too. So I'm going to start with the Daily Book of Positive Quotations in talking about miracles. Are you ready? Hi, happy Friday. You guys ready for a good weekend? Okay. August 5th, The Potential of Miracles. I honestly cannot believe that it's, I was going to say Friday. I honestly can't believe that it's August already. Like, it just seems to me like the whole summer is just like speeding by, but it's been a good summer. All right, the potential of miracles. I'm in love with the potential of miracles. For me, the safest place is out on a limb. Shirley MacLaine. Miracles happen more often than we think, but we have to be open to their possibilities to experience them. Accepting the possibilities of miracles involves taking some risks. We can't find our true calling if we don't risk being rejected. We can't fall in love if we're not willing to risk being hurt. We can't make a difference in the lives of others if we're afraid to take a chance or make a sacrifice. I'll keep my eyes open for any miracles that may come my way if I let them. So let me tell you why this is kind of a pertinent meditation for me given this week. If you watch my vlog, you'll already know about all of this, but I was recommended based on a CAT scan earlier in the week to have a procedure yesterday. And the procedure is called an MMAE, meningeal something embolization. And it's basically where they go in and they put a catheter in through my groin all the way into my head. And this is because of the subdural hematoma that I have as a result of trauma related to the car accident. And then they like block off that area, and there is some risk involved with this cauterization. So anyway, I had been told that I had to have this procedure based on another doctor had read my CAT scans. And so I was like, getting in touch with my doctor and whatever. So I was very, very scared about this, you guys. Like, I was terrified of doing it. But I also knew, I was like, this is what the doctors are recommending, and this is what I have to do, and so I'm going to do it. And so, Wednesday night, Alex and I sat here and we watched RuPaul's Drag Race, and I literally was physically shaking. And I was like, okay, and I told him when we got done watching the show, I said, I'm going to lay down for we started watching it early, and I said, I'm going to lay down and for like an hour or something like that, and then get up and then try to go to bed for the night. I honestly didn't think that I'd be able to go to sleep. So we were like in bed and we talked a little bit, and I told him again, he was like watching his show in bed, and I told him, I said, I'm so scared, like I'm really scared, and he was so supportive of me. And so I laid over, he had his headphones on, so like his phone would go, like he would only hear it in his headphones because he was watching his show on his computer. And so I was facing the fan, and all of a sudden he was like, babe, the doctor's on the phone. This was like at 8:30 on Wednesday night. And I was like, okay. And so he put it on speakerphone, and the doctor was like, and this is a doctor that I've worked with for, 20 some years. And he was like, I have talked to, two other neurointerventionists and these neuroradiologists to look at your scans and blah, 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 whatever. And he was like, I really wanted to make sure that this was something that you needed to have. And he said, and I don't feel like by any means that you should be having this procedure tomorrow. I cannot even begin to tell you. Like, I don't know if that's necessarily a miracle. And I saw him this morning because he wanted me to come in and see him. And I'm going to go see the neurosurgeon as soon as I get the appointment set up. But I went in and saw him this morning, and he was like, everything looks great. He was like, your scans, he's like, I don't know what he's seeing. But anyway, I'll get into that on my vlog. But my appointment went great this morning, and I felt just very supported from my neurological team and just so grateful for them, that and he said to me today, he was like, probably nothing bad would have happened from the procedure. You would have had it and everything would have gone fine. He was like, but I just, I don't like people to have anything, any surgery, any procedure that they don't need to have, just in case. So anyway, that literally came at like the 11th hour. I mean, I cannot even begin to tell you. Like, I was like sweating and shaking, and I was scared and I was nervous. I talked about it on my vlog at length, how nervous I was, and at the last moment. And I don't know that I necessarily call that a miracle, but I do think this. One of the stories that I love the most from Oprah is when she talks about this idea of surrender, right, and acceptance. And she has a story, and the video is somewhere on YouTube, you can find it, but she's talking about how she really, really, really wanted a part in The Color Purple. And, she would everywhere she went, she would hand out the book by Alice Walker. And she didn't care, if she got a part in it, or she didn't care if she was just the girl handing out scripts. She just wanted to be involved in the filming of the movie The Color Purple, which if you've never seen The Color Purple, it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite movies of life. But she just wanted to be involved in it somehow, right? And she had auditioned for the role of Miss Sophia. And so she called her agent, and she said, is there any news? And the agent said, Oprah, there are this was before she had done anything else. She said, there are real actresses that are auditioning for this role. It's not just you. This is a big deal, right? So Oprah went to this weight loss camp. This is what she tells in her story. And she went to this weight loss camp to lose a lot of weight and whatever. And she was walking around. She was walking laps on this track, I think. And her assistant came out. She was on a track, or she was on a treadmill or something. And her assistant came and said, oh shoot, what's his name? Why can't I think of the director now? The director, I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of his name? I always think of this. Oh shoot, my phone is over there. But anyway, the director of The Color Purple. Why can't I think of his name? He's one of the most famous directors in the entire world. Hold on a second. My phone. Listen, it wouldn't be a Peter Monn video if there wasn't some lack of editing. Okay, Color Purple director. Hold on a second. Color Purple director. As soon as Steven Spielberg. So anyway, her assistant was like, Steven Spielberg's on the phone for you. So she got off the treadmill or stopped walking or whatever. And he said, I heard that you are at a weight loss camp. And he said, if you lose 1 pound, the part isn't yours. And so she said she left there. Oh, no. Oh, this is the part that I forgot to tell you guys. So she got on this treadmill, or she was walking around this laps or whatever. And as she did, she said to her higher power, she said, God, she said, I don't know what you have planned for me, but obviously this movie is not it. So whatever you have planned for me, that's where I go next. And she started singing the gospel song. And I think this is kind of I mentioned this in some vlogs and over here a little bit, but I don't know how much people know this, but that I don't identify myself as a religious person, but I love gospel music. Tanya, if you ask my best friend, what's an unknown fact about Peter, she will tell you Peter's favorite song is His Eye is on the Sparrow, and that goes into Amazing Grace, and that Peter loves gospel music. So anyway, and that I just bolted out singing it really loud. So anyway, she started singing while she was walking, and she started singing, I surrender all. And that was when Steven Spielberg called and said, you know, if you lose 1 pound, the part is not yours. And she said that on the way home. She went through Dairy Queen and got a blizzard. But I think that's interesting. You know, it's always that kind of like idea of surrender, of acceptance. And that was kind of where I got the other night. You know, I was like, okay, I'm so terrified. I'm so afraid. But what are my options, you know? And I really believed, you know, at that point, I was like, okay, my doctors, I'm in good hands. Like, I trust them. Like, I have this team that is fantastic that I've worked with for a long time. And they're watching, like, every little thing. And I'm just very, very grateful for it, you know? So call it a miracle, I don't know. It felt like a miracle to me, you know? And he said, when I went in there today, he said, I'm not saying that you're never going to have this procedure. He said, but I don't see any time in the next 3 to 6 months unless the neurosurgeon would see something different. He said, but like when I talked to the neurosurgeon, he said, yeah, he goes, I have him come in here and see me just so that I can, you know, check him out face to face. He's like, but I don't think that we need to do anything immediate. He was like, I don't know, you know, so I don't know. I'm just like, you know, do I believe that's necessarily a miracle or is it a coincidence? I don't know that I really care, you know. I'm not a big believer in coincidences. I think I did believe in, and I'm not talking about in opposition to miracles, but, you know, when people are like, oh, that's a coincidence or whatever. In life, I've had a lot of, I think, good things that have happened to me that... And I've had a lot of tragedy as well. I've had horrendous amounts of tragedy as well as, you know, most people, I think. But I think in the good things that have happened to me, I do think that I find a little bit of my higher power in that. And in recovery, we refer to those as God moments. And so I don't know. Do I think it's a miracle or do I think maybe it's just a God moment? Or do I just have a really great doctor that was working overtime to make sure that, you know, I think that might be it, you know? So I don't know. But anyway, so that is the meditation for today. I think, you know, I think it's being open to the process, being open to the journey would be the lesson for me, you know, and all of that. And that you have to reach a point in anything where you stop resistance and you just kind of float down the river of life and you just kind of accept, you know, what's coming your way. And that's where I got that night, you know. Do I believe that I wouldn't have gotten a call from him if I hadn't reached that point and I was like, I'm not having... No, I don't think that that really is how it works. But I do think that me getting to a point where I was like, okay, exhale. And another Whitney Houston movie, did I say Whitney Houston? Oh, Oprah Winfrey, that's what I was talking about. I've got Whitney Houston on the mind though today. Anyway, you know, exhale and accept. And take things and put one foot in front of the other. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.